Hello, everyone, and welcome to Eternal Egg Wolfpack Paranormal. I am your host, Sean Ellis, and tonight we have two great friends of mine that I have actually done some investigations with, Derek and Alisha from Eternal Paranormal. They will be our guests tonight. Also, I have a co-host tonight, and she has returned again as well. We have the powerhouse producer from All Access Network Television here in the house, and she will be my co-host, Ms. Gwen Johns.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hello, Gwen. Doing fine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You ready for tonight?
I am. I have not actually met these people in person, and I'm excited.
Yeah, me and Alisha used to be team members on a former team, and she branched off and created Eternal Paranormal, and she has just skyrocketed with what her and Derek has done. And I've been on a few investigations with these guys, and they're really cool. So, hey, Pam, thanks for dropping in. And we will introduce here. I think Alicia's having some difficulties, but we got Derek here backstage, so we're going to introduce Derek. This is Derek.
Hey.
Derek.
Hey, Derek.
Oh,
How you doing
how's
tonight,
it going, guys? Good, not too bad.
I'm
Just
fine.
got back on a little excursion with our teammate Tom. He's one of our new members that came on to our team last year. He's pretty seasoned into the paranormal. He's been doing it for years, and we just kind of click. And he's pretty good at how to ask questions and how to debunk and things like that. So he's just a pretty cool person, and he's fits well into our group. And we also added a new member, Kelsey, and she's they call her the Wolf Witch, and she likes to read like tea leaf. I think it's tea leaf readings, if I'm correct.
Yep.
So she does that, and she's going to be a great addition this year too. We can't wait to get her out and see what we have in store with her and all the abilities that she has too as well. But yeah, I mean, we're just getting into the 2025 season. We've got a few things that we've got planned this year. I think Tom and I, the last couple of Sundays, we went to a brewery in Clinton, Iowa, and we did a few little things there. It was open to the public. Obviously, we didn't get it to ourselves, but we still went downstairs. We did some things. And we just kind of had fun, made it a Sunday fun day. And then today, randomly, hey, Tom, I got a place. The lady said that we can go there. And randomly, yeah, sure, I'll come, let's go. So we packed up the truck and went. And
That's the best fun right there.
Yeah, exactly.
You should have hollered. I'd have tagged up with you guys.
Oh, dude, it was awesome. And we're definitely going back for sure. But it was really cool. We went out to the Museum of Lost Souls in Muscatine, and it's kind of a newer place. And she's not going to be there too long. She's booked up pretty fast. But then she's leaving that place specifically, I think November 1st. So she's not going to be at that location, but like she's taking all of her haunted artifacts and stuff and moving it to Wapello. They found a really nice place out there, and that's where they're from. So it's not just about the building itself, with it being haunted, but it's about like her artifacts and stuff. And she just wants a permanent home, for them. And so, we're going to try to get us in there before she leaves Muscatine, because it's a little bit closer to Quad Cities than Wapello, but still Wapello is not too far. And
hang on a second, Derek. We're going to introduce Alisha here, your wife. Hey.
Hi. Oh, she must have got her phone.
So I'm having internet connection problems, and then Derek stole my stand. So you guys aren't going to be able to see my face.
Okay.
Hopefully I can figure something out.
There she is.
I was going to say, tilt it up just a little bit. Just tilt it up a little bit, and you'd have it.
Tilt a world. Tilt a world. Tilt a world.
All over.
Oh, you're tilting it the wrong way.
I know.
No, that's
it's gonna fall
right there.
over.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's going to fall. There it goes.
Alicia,
Yeah.
Sam
She's got my.
is saying hi to you and Derek.
Hi.
Hey, what's up,
Say hi
Pam?
to Derek Willer.
Pam.
So, what was your final outcome with your little trip today, then, Derek? What did you come up with?
So, to my conclusion, I think that some of the building is haunted. Definitely some of the artifacts there. There's a Lisa that's there that the owner says that she's there. And my Book of Spells box, actually, a woman came across and was kind of speaking a little bit or trying to speak. And she said it sounded a lot like Lisa. So with that being said, we didn't have like a whole lot of interaction upstairs. But we did have words like basement come on the PS device. And then we had gateway, like I was telling you guys before the show. The word gateway showed up there twice on the PS device. And so we're like, okay, we got to go downstairs. We got to check it out.
Right.
And we were kind of getting some K2 hits upstairs on the main floor next to one of the taller dolls that kind of stands up there. And, some hits on the Epic box or whatever. But when we went downstairs, it kind of got a little bit interesting because 2 minutes in, the spirit box said my name, clear as day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, do you want us down here? And I said, do you want us? I can't remember if I said, do you want us down here or do you not want us down here? But it said yes on the Epic box and then so forth. Anyway, Tom was asking questions to see if the spirit could interact with the K2 Paralight. It's our new device that we got this year. And it was really cool because it sets pink and then it'll like hit blue. If it hits like, gets like a little hit, it'll change a color.
That's cool.
And the spirits really like that. And I have a feeling we were talking to female because he asked if the spirit down there didn't like males being in the basement. And I said no. And he asked, can you make the pink light turn blue? And then a few seconds later, it hits blue. And then it'll stop. And then we'll validate the question that we asked. And then a few seconds later, it'll tap blue again. And we think this is a younger spirit because of how much energy that it takes to, set off these equipment devices, that sometimes it's a little bit delayed, right? So we think that it's kind of trying to draw energy from somewhere to build up enough energy to be able to communicate with us, And I think that spirits have to, give it a little bit of time, and stuff. So
did you guys, Derek, did you guys ever get a Tesla coil?
We did not get a Tesla coil yet.
Like I said, that's what we used to do to charge up spirits. So that's cool. I got a Tesla coil.
Yeah,
that's actually
it.
Pretty cool. So
it is.
I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you for a second here, Derek, because I know Alicia's gonna be going here and she's got a podcast going on her own. So I got some questions for her before we go, and then we'll be talking. Then me and you will be talking about some of the stuff we happened at the Rock Island Roadhouse because some people have brought that up again, and we're gonna go talk a little bit about that and what's come up with that. But
Sure.
Alisha, you are the founder of Eternal Paranormal, and you created that after you left our old team, which, you know, and you've shot up and skyrocketed. And that's awesome that you guys got all the followers and stuff and everything. And you even had some hackers hack your page and help you guys get back up there too. And that's awesome that they come back and started following you again.
Yeah.
So what is one major thing that you want to accomplish this year for your team?
I want to go different places that we haven't gone to before. I definitely want to do that. So I want to try to add some places on, like Derek was just talking about the Museum of Lost Souls in Muscatine, Iowa, that they just opened up recently. And so I definitely want to check that out. So I think we're going to add that to the list. And I have added some investigations that I haven't done before. So, Belmont Manor in Sumner, Illinois, May 25th. I'll be going there for the first time. And super excited about that because I'll be joining other paranormal investigators from different places. And then May 3rd, we haven't done this before, but we're actually going to be the first people to host the first public investigation for this place, and that's the haunted 1861 Freeport Masonic Lodge. So that'll be awesome. It was cool that
Jill, talking about here.
Yep. And it was cool because we never really met Jill before, and we met Jill at the Rock Island Roadhouse Paracon last year. And she came over to us and was like, hey, I think you guys would be really good for hosting the first public investigation for us. And so we said, yeah, we'd totally be down with that. So here we are, and we are sold out. It'll be kind of cool, I feel like, to be the first team to do a public investigation and also be a team that has not been there. So being with other people that are coming to this event, I feel like we can both kind of get interaction together and kind of learn what's there just from us all being there together. So it's going to be very cool.
Right. And that is that the one in Keysburg?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I actually had a chance to investigate there. You're going to find some interesting stuff there. That's definitely a very cool place. I have actually had a chance to investigate there with Jamie Lynn Keller and also what is the one? Phantom Pals. They were there that night, and we actually got to investigate with them. And there's some interesting stuff. The only thing we had kind of issues with is some of the people in the background in the bar area. They do make a lot of racket, and they get in their vehicles a lot back there. So that's something to kind of keep your eyes out for. But
okay.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna find some interesting stuff there. I actually like that place. It's pretty cool. Definitely pretty cool. So
I've never
also
done a either, so that'll be another first off the list, you know.
Yeah, that it is definitely cool, and you'll definitely like that for sure. Also, you are the host of a new show with your colleague. Would you like to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, Unturned Pages has been going for a while now, actually. Jenny Davis has been running it for I don't know how many years, but I got asked to be, actually, she was asking around for a co-host. And so this year I was like, I'll do it, you know, because I used to do it before myself. And so, yeah, we're on Spotify. We are on YouTube. We're on Unturned Pages on Facebook. We're on our page on Eternal Paranormal on Facebook. And it's every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We just had another amazing guest last Sunday, and that was Sean Austin. He's a demonologist. He was on 28 Days Haunted and so much more. And it was a really good guest. So tonight we got Sam Baltrusis.
Yeah, I just threw up the flyer there for you. Definitely go check out that show as soon as this one's done. It is definitely a really cool show to watch, and they've got a lot of good information at times and interesting guests as well. So that's awesome. I mean, you're just sprouting out, going in all directions like we are, and that's awesome. And I think that's great. We're definitely going to have to team up again this summer for sure, because like I said, I like teaming up with you guys. We definitely did the Rock Island Roadhouse, which that investigation with you guys was awesome. And what we found that night, was definitely interesting. We got a lot of paranormal activity that night as well. People's been bringing up certain
bad action.
Yeah. But a lot of people's been asking about what actually happened there. And I said, you can always go back and look on your page, you guys' Eternal Paranormal page. Because I know you guys got some of that stuff posted from back in the day. And also I said, you can check it out on my page as well. So one thing that me and Derek experienced there, and we went down to the room. I can't remember what they called it now.
Portal room or mirror room.
Yeah, the portal room. Yeah, the portal room. And me and Derek experienced something pretty cool there. Would you like to explain that, Derek?
Yeah, so, we decided to kind of branch off and go downstairs because you were like, hey, let's go downstairs. Don't bring any equipment. Let's just kind of, see what we can hear and stuff and feel it out right in the beginning of the investigation. And so we had went down there and left the rest of the group upstairs and we were sitting there and it's dark and you go down this long hall and it's downstairs. It takes a minute to get down there. But we're sitting there and Sean hears like a little girl and we were kind of just talking and asking questions and stuff. And then next thing you know, we hear like footsteps scuffling, like it's coming, like there's somebody legitimately about to walk in where we were at. And I was like, dude, I think I asked you if you heard it. Did you hear it too? I think you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Well, I was like, I even said, for us to shh, like I shushed them up so I could scare them because I was just going to mess with them a little. And not even like 20 to 30 seconds later, I'm like, wait a minute. Like there's literally nobody talking. I'm like, no way. So I peeked my head out the room and down the hall and there was nobody there. And so we immediately got up. He went one way, I went the other. We both met upstairs and everybody was still there standing where they were.
Yep. Nobody was around us.
So we definitely heard some phantom footsteps down. Yeah, for sure.
That was definitely an interesting deal when we did that, because I know how Alisha is when she comes down. She likes to joke a little bit, and I know Tiffany likes to joke a little bit once in a while, especially with you, because when we come out of there later that night, we ran into some bats, and you turned around and took off. But yeah, the bat come flying at Derek, and he's like, "What the heck?" And I had to laugh at Derek about that with the bats. But,
all I could hear, we could hear you guys talking about the bat, and all I hear is you telling Derek, "Don't shine a light at it" and stuff, and like, I'm gonna go, and then freaking out.
Just ask Ed about that too, because I was there with Ed, and that's when Jenny Davis and Ed and all them were out there, and man, that was a pretty cool experience too. But
yeah,
fucking bat, dude. The bat just went meow like that, and it was coming at me. I hauled ass behind Ed because Ed's 6.5 foot tall, and I'm screaming like a freaking girl. And I'm like ducking and hiding from this thing because it's coming at me, dude. Like, oh, it scared the hell out of me.
Try being in the Missouri State Pen and the death in the cell block B in the solitary confinement area, and you have a bat and it's pitch black, and you just got solid stone brick walls around you. You got these creepy cells, and bat comes flying at you. Then that happened to me.
Yeah, I don't mess with bats. And the one thing when we were down there at the museum today, I was like, well, at least there ain't no bats down here.
Yeah. And me and Alicia and Tiffany actually experienced something up in one of the classrooms as well. We heard the lockers up there in the hallway. Yeah, we heard the lockers rattling up there too in the hallway. And that was definitely interesting. Ah, you got another teammate that joined in. Let's welcome Tom.
Tom!
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
What's up, guys?
What up?
I'm doing good. How are you, bud?
Long time no see, Derek.
Literally. Hey, we're gonna talk about the Muscatine deal later when Alisha has to hop off. We can talk about that, and you can kind of tell Sean about some of the experience that we had today later. Because I know, like Sean said, Alicia's got a little podcast to do with Jenny here in a little while as well. So once she hops off, then we can talk about that.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Tom. Because I remember Tom was with us the night we were at the Rock Island Road.
Right.
Not long after you guys made him a member of the team, which I thought was pretty cool because he deserves it. He's a good guy.
Well, thank you, sir.
We officialized it at Broadhead. You remember that day, Tom?
Yeah.
You'll never forget that day. I got down on my hand and my knee.
I know. It was a surprise. It truly surprised me.
Yeah.
That was a great night, too.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I swear. So we were just talking about the Moline, the Roadhouse.
Rock Island Roadhouse.
Rock Island Roadhouse, yeah. And so I know that you have a really good connection with Lisa and the Rock Island Roadhouse because of, the history that's where you kind of, did a bunch of, actually, it's interesting because you were the first one to actually investigate the Rock Island Roadhouse, I believe.
Yeah. Yep. Me and two other girls were.
Yeah.
Yep. It was pretty interesting. And after that night, it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and more people and bigger. And now look where it's at.
Right.
It's like 7 years and it's became that big.
Yeah. And you had claims that you heard a little girl's voice too, I think, right?
Yep. I've heard a little girl and then a little boy in the back room by the bedrooms or by the beds.
Mm-hmm.
A little boy back there. And there was a team out of Indiana. They were on YouTube, filming on YouTube. And you heard the little boy on the YouTube when they were filming. It literally came out loud. It was crazy. So I went in, I told him, I said, go back. I said, you can literally hear the little boy's voice. So it was pretty interesting.
That is definitely cool.
I've had some pretty cool experiences there. Oh,
so I know another place that we both had investigated at, and that's Broadhead Manor. You guys were actually the first one to host an event there as well. What do you think about that whole thing as well? Because I like Broadhead.
Broadhead is the place to go where there's no drama accepted, and there is no drama. Like, I feel like when you go there, you meet people, and then you just click, and it's such a wonderful time. Like, it's so much fun, and then the spirits are having fun with you as well, and it's just a school of fun. I'm gonna
Yeah.
call it that.
My first time there was a lot of people, and everybody was just so phenomenal. Like they were so
Mm-hmm.
inviting, the owner, so inviting, and it's amazing. If anybody's listening and hasn't been there yet, go. Me and Derek had a pretty cool experience there that night. I mean, I
Yeah.
know he kind of got scared a little bit, but it
Well,
was
and then Lily got scared too, and she pushed me into the wall. I'll never forget that.
I got scared when Derek touched me in the dark. Not bad,
Yeah.
but it was like
Shit can get dicey real quick. Let's just say I touched his hand on accident.
right. So down in the boiler room, it's like so dark that you literally can't see your hand in front of your face, and Derek reached over. I had my hand on the railing, and Derek reached over and just touched me. And I kept saying, show us a sign or give us a sign that you're here. And right after I said that, Derek reached over in the dark and grabbed my hand.
I had to get him.
I thought for sure I was going to have to go change my pants.
That's okay. Because Derek got it back later because Tom was like, hey, come here. So he takes me into the boiler room up where the stairs are up top, and then you go down into there. So he's like, scare the crap out of Derek. And so they're coming down this hallway to get into another part of it, the maintenance area. And he's with Lily and Vanessa, and I scream, ah! And you just hear everyone like, ah! And I guess that Vanessa, was it, or Lily, grabbed Derek and pulled him down onto the ground to try.
Oh no, she ran and pushed me to the wall. And she was trying to get around me, so she ran through me and pushed me into the wall. I said, holy shit.
That's when they thought that I left the room, and I was walking behind them.
Oh, she screamed bloody murder, and it was pitch black, and she was behind us. And, that was pretty crazy.
Broadhead Manor though is so amazing. I mean, the people there and the people that investigate there when you're there, they're just all inviting, and it's a lot of experience there that night. I mean, that was my first time there, and I experienced a lot.
And it's
So
not.
Are you guys coming to the rock down?
Yeah, we'll be
coming to the rock down?
Yep, we're one of the sponsors.
I thought so. I thought I had saw it on there. Yeah.
Are you guys going to be up there?
I'm trying.
I'm gonna be there. I'm trying to twist your arm to get there.
Yeah, he lives close. I live in South Carolina, you guys, so that's a little bit of a drive.
Well, hey,
I'm trying to get there.
If you leave South Carolina, you can buy a plane ticket, and we can meet you at the airport in the Quad Cities, and we can take you up. So you don't have to drive.
You guys are awesome because you're like the 8th person that's told me that. So I will have a ride. I promise you.
We got a Tahoe.
Actually, I'm going to Connecticut the weekend before.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to Connecticut the weekend before, and I'm hoping to come over earlier that week.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, Sean could come down where we're at because Sean's above us, and then we could all just carpool and get the Tahoe together.
Yeah.
I definitely plan on going to the Paranormal Rock down for sure. And
It's
like I said, Bill Walter, the owner of Broadhead, is an amazing guy. He, like you said, he makes everybody feel at home. He don't put up with any drama and stuff. And like I said, everybody I've met there, has been great to investigate with as well. They're all awesome people. That's definitely for sure. So one of the other things go ahead, Tom.
Nope, you're fine.
One of the other things, I happened to be there the night that Derek got put through his what do you call it?
Initiation.
Fears.
Fear.
Initiation of fears.
His fear of the dark.
Yeah,
Derek's afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
I was there the night. I was there the night that Bill put me
no.
through that. So explain what happened that night there, Derek, because it was an interesting night for you.
A long story short, Bill picked out 3 disclosed locations that nobody knew and nobody's ever investigated before, which one of them was underneath the stage because it's a school, so it's the gymnasium there. And so it's a crawl space underneath the main stage. And so I did that first. Not a whole lot there. Very tight headquarters in that place. And then after that, I went up to the stairs into like by the music room. And then about halfway, there's like a landing. And then there's this like cutout of like a hole in the wall with like a door. And I think it's just like a utility type room to get to like different ventilation system or whatever. And so it's actually in the wall, you know, but you can actually go up in there and it's just a little room, little confined room. And so I had to stand up on top of a chair, crawl up in there, and then he actually shut the door on me. And I had my, you know, ghost box with me and I'm recording and instantly I started hearing my name. I heard it's on video. If you go check out Eternal Paranormal and check out our videos, there's one that's like
too on the sorts, I believe.
Yeah. So it said, "What's up, Derek?" And I'm like, "What?" Clear as day. Spirits, they definitely know me,
Cool.
and their spirit, they're intelligent. They like to mess with you, but I got a lot of different names that night through that session in that specific room. Plus, I got some hits on the Red Pod as well. But then he took me down to the janitor's headquarters where me and Tom seen that white flash of light pass right through us in the pitch dark.
That was pretty crazy.
It was wild, and then John, you know, the janitor, he doesn't like a lot of people invading his space, you know, and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, and then you're gonna put me down there? Like, really? And I'm like, damn. And it's all the way down at the end of the hall, or not the hall, but in the little
boiler room.
Yeah, it's the boiler room. Then you go down this concrete hallway into a bigger kind of maintenance room with this landing above you. And then if you go all the way back to that little room, there's another tiny little room that he put me in with the door open, pitch dark. He left. And I'm like, ugh. So I'm doing the spirit box session and things. I kind of got some voices and some interactions and stuff like that. I've got a video of that too. I edited 3 separate videos of each one of those sessions that I did there. But yeah, it was interesting. It definitely got me used to the place. I still think it would be kind of hard for me just to walk down there by myself, say if everybody was in the gym and they say go down there and do some things. You know, I mean, it wouldn't be that bad, but it's just the not knowing of what's going to pop out if something pops out. And especially if we've got, you know, class clowns like Tom down there or that like to come out and scare you a little bit every now and then.
I tell people, you know, and this is what I usually tell like people that come with us or, you know, even investigators, you know, I always tell them, you don't have to be afraid of the dark. It's what's in the dark that you have to be afraid of sometimes.
The unknowing of what is there.
You can stand in a dark room with nothing there, you know, just a plain dark room. There's nothing to be afraid of in there. But if there's somebody in there with you and touches you, then it's going to scare you. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah,
So-
I think I've been touched at Ashmore. I was chilling there,
That was
and
hilarious.
a flick on my shoulder, like a flick. And I'm like, what? And it made me jump and scream like a little freaking, you know what?
So,
But
Broadhead, yeah. So there's another room that nobody's got to go in yet that Derek and I is going to go in.
you're
And
gonna go
it's,
in.
yeah, it's, you go it through a hole
You're
in
gonna
the
go
floor.
in.
Yeah, I'm going in. It's literally a hole in the floor and you can go down in there. So,
Yeah,
and it's pretty dark down there.
it's like a
I'm-
crawl space type thing.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
Wow, that's
Sean,
cool.
Sean and Glenn, I'm gonna have to pop out here at like 7:45. So
Okay,
Yeah, I was going to tell you.
that's fine.
All Access Network is my network, and Sean collaborates with us, of course. But I shared out your advertisement for tonight for you.
thank
Awesome.
you.
If you're welcome.
Yeah. And you can also catch the replay of this show on All Access Network television later tonight as well.
So
So,
if you have any more
It's
last
played again.
questions for me before I pop out of here.
I got a
you
question.
got
How
any
was work today?
questions?
How was work today? And we went on our adventure.
It was fun. I went to the rodeo with the residents after I made lunch and did all that fun stuff. So
Nice.
it was cool. Then I come back and finish making dinner.
I think me and Derek's gonna try and make it a Sunday adventure every Sunday.
That'd be awesome.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, but I'm off every other weekend, so
Hey,
Well,
well, but the title's still gonna be called Paranormal Adventures with Tom and Derek.
whatever.
right.
There you,
Oh, come
there
on.
you go.
That's not fair. You have to take her too, or she has to
We-
take you guys, actually. So
That's all
We-
right. I've done plenty of stuff without Derek and for over the years.
So we got
Yeah.
we got to have a boys adventure, you know.
Yeah, we're taking
Yeah.
over
That's
Eternal
okay.
Paranormal.
Haha.
We're taking over Eternal Paranormal.
No,
not?
no, I
I
don't.
told,
no, you're not.
No, we're just gonna have
I actually the owner. Sorry, Alicia, you're fired.
a.
How could you fire me from my own team?
Executive
well,
decision.
Tom, I told Derek, I said, you guys need to holler at me and I'll team up with you guys and we'll make it a three-way trip up there. So
Yes, because you're
Yeah.
you're right in Galesburg.
I'm
Yeah.
just a hop, skip, and a jump from you guys. So
So that place that we
But-
went to today was actually pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
when you first walk in, it doesn't look like much, but
Right.
yeah, it's pretty amazing. We got some
Here.
pretty cool responses and instant
Okay, I'm gonna
responses.
I'm going to
Yeah.
flash this real quick again because I know Alicia will be going here in a second.
He's gonna
But this
flash
is
me.
to show the
Oh, I have a question for Alicia.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question for Alicia. So, because the guys are just drowning us out, you know how it is. But just joking, guys.
Sorry.
But, what is what is your favorite? I don't know. Do you like the electronics? Do you like simple, old fashioned, or what do you like to take into investigation?
I like sticking with just like a few pieces of equipment. I like to use like the spirit boxes, anything that you can hear in real time right now kind of thing. I've always had a lot of interaction with that. And then the K2, honestly, we did a residential, and the spirit, I felt like it was trying to connect with me a lot more so, and Tom can vouch for this. We were running the K2, we just sat it down, and then I felt a connection with the spirit. And every time that I started talking and asking questions, boom, we were getting hits left and right, left and right, left and right. And I just felt like it was with me. And so we even had a tape recorder, digital tape recorder running at the time, and we left it down there the whole time. So I have not had a chance to go through it, but I'm pretty sure we probably caught something on it.
Yeah.
The old farmhouse.
Yeah, the old farmhouse. So you know,
So
you
you're pretty
say,
simple with your stuff too. That's cool.
and that's one thing I like. You know, I like simple investigations. You know, like I like the old fashioned way. You know, I don't like a whole lot of equipment. You know, as Derek can vouch for that too. You know, he's had some pretty cool experiences with me, not using a whole bunch of equipment. I said sometimes it's just
Yeah.
really cool to go in and just sit down and with a voice recorder and just listen and talk, you know?
Or even the cat balls. I like those
Yeah.
too. They're simple. Oh,
Cat-
also I wanted to shout out Nathan Owl. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, but he was just in the chat and he's going to be on Unturned Pages April 6th. So.
Jenny's saying hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Jenny. I'll be
Yeah.
over
Hi,
there in
Jenny.
a minute.
Hi, Jenny.
And Alisha, Nathaniel's fixing to start his own show on my network.
Okay,
So that'll
sweet.
be cool. He's an excellent guest. He actually is. He really is.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, he's
watching
pretty
him
cool.
over on Paranormal Rockdown when we did a little thing. So he seemed like a cool guy.
He is. He is very.
Yeah,
No, I'm not. I'm like, yes, you are.
Nathan's scheduled to be on my show in May, so I'm looking forward to seeing him as well. So he's got a lot of information, and we'll have a good discussion.
So how do you like to investigate, Gwen?
Honestly, I love my flashlight, which I always have. Always. My favorite, I guess, little app is Necrophonic because I can hear things with my own ears without it that sounds exactly the same. Same voice, same the way they say it. Pretty much, and I always take my little digital recorder with me also. But besides that, I mean, I like playing with the new stuff. Yeah, he loves sketches. I love playing with the new stuff and cat balls also, but just the basics is my favorite. I can stick them in my pocket and go anywhere because I love cemeteries more than.
See, Derek? Just the basics.
That's my personal thing, though.
I've got my handy dandy get around bag, and that's besides the two little boxes that I got full of my goodies. But the bag, I keep the stuff that I can just get up and I know I'm going to like to use every single time. And so that bag is like my get up and go kind of bag. If I have to, if I don't feel like, if I just need to hop right into an investigation, I'm going to have my equipment ready in that little bag because that bag is a lot easier to carry around.
I got my backpack. I got all my stuff in my backpack. I just carry it around.
Yep.
I feel like before I go, I feel like it all determines on like your interaction with the spirit. If you're getting anything or whatnot, sometimes you got to switch it up. Sometimes, we usually talk about, okay, what we're going to do, what the plan's going to be, who's going to go where, how we're going to split up, if we're going to split up, if we're going to stay together, what kind of experiments do we want to try. Like one time when we did a public investigation, we hosted at Broadhead Manor, Tiffany and I, we played Uno with spirits in one room along with the REM pod and the S box. And that was a phenomenal experiment. It was so cool. And it was funny and it was fun.
Yeah. Like I said,
I
like I said,
it just makes it
Yeah. Broadhead's amazing. So like I said, you get a lot of activity there.
I was going to say, I like using like some of my favorite equipment is like the Epic box, the yes or no, simple yes or no. I do like the flashlight because I've had interactions with that. Pretty cool.
Go ahead.
Yes.
I love my book of spells. I mentioned my book of spells, Ghost Box that Austin made. I love that.
Yeah, there's a little clip on our YouTube on the reels of that being utilized at Broadhead, and Everything Vaguely Paranormal from Texas. They were hanging out with Derek at the time, and they got a Class A EVP to come through that was talking to them about the same question they were asking. Like, here, yeah, it was crazy. You just have to check that video out. It was so clear. But I'm gonna have to hop out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Tom. Not trying to cut off anybody, but thank you guys for having me on.
Yep. Thanks for coming, and good luck on your show tonight.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 So what's the best way you like to investigate now? We heard Gwen's, now yours.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yours.
Me?
Me?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, you.
I actually like using my REM. I actually like using my REM pod for yes and no questions.
Yes.
I also like using my Tesla coil at times when needed, if to give the or spirits some energy, because we can hear a little bit of squawking over the top of that a little bit, and that gives them a little more energy at times. We've used cards before, playing cards with the REM pod, which is pretty unique. I actually borrowed Derek and Alicia's little invention they did, because when we were at the Rock Island Roadhouse, they'd use the fog machine. And the last time I was down at Broadhead Manor, I had Bill build me an actual door out of PVC pipe and connect a fog machine to it. And me and Bill was actually in the girls' locker room area, and we got some pretty interesting things that came through that mist, because we made the mist enclosed instead of the whole room like Derek and Alicia did, but we made it a doorway to see if they would actually walk through it. And if you go and look on our page back when we went, you can actually see things forming through there, and it's pretty awesome. Me and Bill actually got some pretty cool evidence out of that area. And that was awesome. And like I said, Derek came up with that idea. Derek come up with that idea when we used it at the Rock Island Roadhouse when we were down in the portal area. And I thought that was a pretty cool thing they did that night. So I kind of stole your idea a little bit and modified it. But yeah, it was pretty cool because, like I said, even we got good stuff when we were down at the Rock Island Roadhouse. And
yeah, I
was
telling Tom I want to go back. Maybe that's where we should do. We should go back up there, Sean. We should go to the Rock Island Roadhouse this year and get a date. And then why don't we get together and do another overnight there? You know?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Because it wouldn't be hard to book, and it's right there. You know, we're local, and you're not far, and everything's right there. So if we can get in there, that would be pretty cool. So we need to talk to Alisha about a day and shit. But
yeah.
Yeah.
You should wait
Tom,
till I come up.
What's up?
How do you like to investigate?
I already told him. He knows. Derek knows. I'm old fashioned. You know, voice recorder. You know, I don't like flashlights when I investigate. Maybe a red light, you know, but I don't like light when I investigate. I like it kind of dark, you know. I think that you get more activity when it's a little darker, you know, because sometimes I think not all spirits, but I think spirits know when you're present because it's just different. It's the dark. I love the dark. I could literally live in the dark, and I like the dark as well. It doesn't. It seems, you know, just a voice recorder and a few little things, you know, not much.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I want to charge my voice recorder and start using it more because I kind of want to see what I can come up with, because I bought a voice when I started getting my own equipment. I bought a voice recorder and I never really did anything with it, and it's just sitting there, and I want to utilize it, and I just have to get used to like being able to like, okay, rewind it, review it, and then all that stuff. I have a verse recorder that I really like though. For Searchers Beliefs made a verse recorder, and I really like that one.
Right.
I don't usually rewind them if I'm at the investigation unless there's something that caught my attention or the teammates' attention or somebody else that's there, then I'll rewind it. But other than that, that's for home,
Yeah. Right.
So, but yeah,
I have so much that I have not analyzed. Yeah, but I love mine too.
Voice recorders.
So I'm going to give a big. Go ahead, real quick, Tom.
Nope. Go ahead. You got a shout out, man.
I was going to say I'm going to give a big shout out to a few people here that's been in the show here. We have Haunted Souls Paranormal in the house. We have Nathan Atwell in the house, or Elwell, I should say, not Atwell, Elwell. Pam Harris, Jenny Davis wasn't here. Let's see who else we got.
She's going over to her show.
We got Lori Bragg is in the house as well. Go ahead. Who else?
Now you had.
You see somebody we don't.
Did you say Haunted Souls?
Yep, I said Haunted Souls is in here. Yep, Haunted Souls Paranormal is in the house as well.
So Tommy, Nathaniel's asking you. He said, "Please tell me you don't use the DR60."
The what?
The DR60.
The DR60.
Yeah, there you go.
No. I don't think so.
I think he was talking about since you said old school.
Yeah. We got a question for Derek here. It says from Nathaniel. Derek, I can give you some suggestions on a recording device if it helps. And I agree that audio analysis should be done at home, not on the moment.
So I've got this piece of equipment. It's called a burst recorder. And basically it allows you to record, and it's got like 2 high-powered microphones, and then you can play it instantly back, and then once the recording's done, you can press play again, but it doesn't save the recording. So if like you're filming if you're filming and you got, you're doing like a burst recording session and it's on you, you can play it in the moment. So if anything does capture, you can, if like you're doing like a little filming session or a live for other people to see. And with this burst recorder, it allows you to be like, okay, you can hear it. And then you can like, go up and, did you hear that? Or something, like interact with your audience or whatever that way. It's a really cool piece of equipment because it allows you to replay it instantly. And Lila's caught at the Roadhouse in Rock Island. She caught a EVP on that thing, the very first one, the only one that has ever been caught. And you can also see that video on our page. But she says, is there anybody that wants to speak to her? And it sounds like a pissed off spirit goes, no, like really loud and kind of angry. And it says no on it. And it wasn't her. It wasn't anybody in the room. She wasn't near anybody. She was by herself. She comes to me and she tells me about it. And so I had to record it on my phone because it doesn't save the audio on a memory card. So I recorded it and I have it. I'm like, it's awesome. I'm like, wow.
Right.
Yeah, you got to come down, Gwen, and do the Rock Island Roadhouse. It's pretty amazing.
Good. Yeah, just watch out for the bats.
We'll have to get together.
Yeah, it doesn't disappoint.
As long as they leave me alone.
The bats are usually on the 3rd floor anyways, and sometimes they don't even come out,
Yeah.
So
I don't know. They like Derek, so they definitely like Derek there.
They can go see Derek. I'm good with that.
Because he's a vampire. He likes the dark. Yeah,
Derek,
he likes the dark. He likes
Derek,
that.
Derek don't like the dark. He's a ghost hunter.
Well,
Derek's a ghost hunter that doesn't like the dark. Imagine that. How do
I
you go?
was.
Oh, come
And that's funny. I was at Ashmore and it was so quiet and so dark. I tried to go in there and by myself to do a walkthrough, and oh my God, I mean, just the dead silence and the pitch black. But next time I go to Ashmore, I am walking through that building by myself. I will have a flashlight, yes, but
I'll be through the back door when he's about halfway through it. I'll jump out at him.
I will have a flashlight, but that's because I got to see where I'm going. I'm too big to fall. I can't. 300 pounds is a lot.
Do you have a low light? Do you
I got a red light.
That's really honestly the best ones to have is the red ones. I mean, it doesn't blind people, and it's still kind of dark, but you can see. Right. A lot of people they like them big flashlights, and they turn them on. Well, when you turn them on, it literally blinds you for when you turn it off, and you can't see again in the dark for a while.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So,
Sean, what were you
That's
saying?
No, nothing. I was agreeing with the fact of the red lights. I actually like the red light a little better. I've used green before as well, but I like red a little better sometimes.
green's good too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I like the
green. I've always
just
wanted
because
a green flashlight. I want to get me a green one.
Yeah.
Colored flashlights
Yeah.
are actually coming in pretty good because it's just so. I don't recommend white flashlights unless it gets something bad. Then you need
I agree.
a white flashlight to light it all up.
Yes.
Right.
I totally agree with you.
People's. I know there's a ton of paranormal groups out there that use white, and like white, and it's. I don't recommend it because it hurts your eyes. For when you do turn it out, you're like, oh, I can't see nothing right now again. Well, there's a reason for that, And I tell them.
Right.
So
I was going to say something. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was going to say, like, a lot of times when you're using night vision on your camera, a lot of times people don't even use flashlights. They're walking around looking at their screen to help them guide them through buildings because they have the IR light, which allows you to be able to see night vision through your camera, so they won't use flashlights. And but
Well,
so
Derek, here's the thing. I cut you off a little earlier, and when you were talking about your little exhibition today with you and Tom. So since Tom's here, can you finish what you were talking about with that?
Yeah. So Tom, I kind of left off where it said my name in the beginning, a spirit, I think it was male, and then we had a female come through, and I'm kind of editing my video right now, but we were down there for a good half hour, and you was asking some questions about if it like male or female, and we got hits on the K2, direct response yes hits, and you can kind of explain what you were asking and kind of
at first we we didn't know, and we still don't know if it's attached to anything down the basement, because she has like artifacts from different places and stuff like that, different dolls, and they name the dolls, so we
That's cool. Sorry.
we put the K2, our new K2 lantern. Have you guys seen those? It turns colors all the way up, different colors all the way up the lantern. The more
I don't have one, but I have seen them.
Yeah, so we have one that's pretty cool. So we had that sitting on the second shelf, and at first it bleeped because there's one doll there that she claims that a lot of the paranormal people see it move, but she said she's never ever seen it move on her cameras because every time somebody says it, they're standing in front of her cameras. So she doesn't know if it's true or not, you know? So we set it by that doll just because that was one of them, you know what I mean? So when we did, we found out that it was a little girl, and it took a long time for her to respond. I think because she was so small and she doesn't have a lot of energy. So she could only pull it up to the blue each time, but it was literally direct responses. I said, did something happen to you down here? Direct response, yes. Was it bad? We did not get a name. We did not get a name. I wish we were trying, but nothing would come through on our. Was it the Ovilus that we had?
The PS device. I think one name, or it could have been a plural name for something that said Sally's.
Yeah, Sally's. That's what it was. Sally.
That was the only.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
that could have been her. We're not sure, you know.
That could be like something that we could further investigate too when we go back.
But yeah, it was literally direct responses every time we would say something. And then Derek and I was down there by ourselves, and of course, Derek scared me again. They have like little cat balls. They have one on the floor, and then they have one up on the shelf. Well, it was dark, you know, and you couldn't see Derek kick he barely nudged the cat ball with his back of his heel. Well, I just turned around and glanced out of the corner of my eye, and the cat ball was going off. So it kind of startled me a little bit.
It scared me. One person gets scared, the other person gets scared, like a chain. It's kind of like a chain effect, you know? Yeah. What?
So then I'm standing beside him, and Derek says, "I feel like I'm being touched." You know, it feels like there's a spider web. It felt like
something was grabbing the top of my hair like this.
And everybody knows in the paranormal field, sometimes it feels like a spider web when you're being, you know.
It does.
It feels real light.
Yeah.
And I told Derek, I said, calm down. I said, she's probably there, trying to get your attention. Just wait. Well, then, so his book of spells or whatever it is, was setting up on top shelf, going off. And I told Derek, I said, turn the light away from us so it's not so bright, and maybe she will interact with us. You go from here. You take it from there.
I started. Yes. And speaking of, I had my daughter with me, my stepdaughter, and the spirit box said daughter clear as day in the beginning. I'm editing this video after this show, and I'm going to broadcast it tonight. It's going to be really cool because it was a 15-minute solid epic box / K2 / spirit box all in one video. I'm recording on my phone because I do a lot of phone recording on my phone.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. But anyway,
or tag me or something, and so I can look at it.
Yes, for sure. It's going to be awesome. But I go to turn the box, and I stopped recording. I was done, and I heard the most phantom voice come through the box I've never heard before.
And it was clear.
And it whispered, and it goes, stop. I swear it whispered just like that. It said, stop. And I mean, like stop, like authority. I'm like, dude, I'm like, no way. Did you hear that? And he's like, yeah. It was cool, man.
Yeah, it was super, super, like we're talking right now. That's how clear it was.
So clear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how could you get that? This thing's sweeping. Its rate of the sweeping is like at like a medium, and you can just hear the thing go, you know.
Right.
And all the noise went away when it said it. It was like so clear.
Oh, wow.
I was like, what the hell just happened? I'm like, holy smokes.
It's very interesting, and I want to go back.
It's crazy how, I mean, I don't know. I think it's the energy between me and Derek that brings stuff out, you know?
And like me and Sean even when we're together. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think it's Derek. I think it's all Derek. He's a big little teddy bear, you know, and he brings out the good spirits.
Like I said, one of these days,
bad ones.
like I said, one of these days, holler at me, and if I ain't got anything scheduled, I'll team up with you guys, and we'll go do something on a Sunday or
that would be
I want to go
cool.
to Quarters 1 too. That's another goal of mine, is to go to Quarters 1 on Rock Island Arsenal.
Oh,
I heard it was really good, so I'd like to do an overnight there, because I know he went there a few times. And
a few?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably investigated this building or house, I guess probably over 100 and sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to do one of the teams that I used to be on, we used to do the dinner tours there. So,
right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question, since you've got a lot of experience in that location. What is the most interesting thing that you ever encountered during those times you were there?
At the Arsenal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
You just told me a
Something
recent
that
one.
stands out.
So I was there this year for one of their very first investigations. I was with another team. They invited me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a shadow in the basement, a real tall shadow figure in one of the rooms at the end in the basement. I've seen that. And this time we were all like, they have different floors, how they investigate, you know, in different types.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they caught on their camera a figure going from one side of the room to the other. When you walk in the front door, it's like a big hall, you know, a big place where you can stand with a huge chandelier. Well, you go through there, and then there's like a little small, I don't know, it's like a little, I don't call it a room, but it's got like a little table and stuff in it. And then you go down the hallway to the kitchen, or you can go out the back door. Well, right in that little hallway there before the hallway, they literally caught a figure going from one side to the other, and you can literally see it. That was pretty awesome, you know. So, and then toward the end of last year, we had another experience down the basement. We had the door closed in one of the rooms, and you could feel something poking on the door vibrating while it was being poked on. That was pretty cool. And I was with a team and a guy named Jason Hess. He got possessed there. That was pretty interesting. I'd never experienced anything like that. And
That's not good.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. He walks with like a limp. His back's bad. And he come down the hallway standing straight up and just walking like nothing was wrong with him. And he grabbed a guy that was like 6'1", 6'2", and about 200 pounds. He grabbed him and lifted him up with one hand and then dropped him. So, yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
That was a pretty crazy experience there. But have we had some cool ones? Absolutely. I've had some pretty cool ones there, you know, with the general. We were down in the basement. Have you ever been there?
I haven't had a chance to go there yet. No.
Okay, so in the basement, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 rooms like in a square. Well, one of the rooms had a pinball or a ping pong table in it. And there was a bunch of us in the other room beside it. And a ping pong ball came through the wall and was bouncing on the floor. One of the generals was in the room with us, a real, like, of the arsenal. He was there with us when it happened. It was pretty cool.
Oh man.
So that was a while ago, though. I mean, I've had some pretty cool experiences, but
We've been
I think that's
what's that?
Sorry, go ahead,
Sean.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, go for it.
Do they do overnights there? Or
Yes, you can rent the building. You can rent the building all night. So
that's what I want to do. I want to rent the building. Sean, we need to do that.
A lot of people like have their weddings there because of the backyard. It's literally right off of the river. So you can rent it and have your weddings there, or, graduations and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty interesting building. Let me tell you.
We need to get in there. We need to get in there. I've been telling, we need to go to quarters 1.
I think Derek
if we
is
do
saying
that,
he'd like to go in there. Yes.
Yes.
Derek, if we end up doing it, do it. If we end up doing that, let me know and
sure.
Do it after May, will you?
Okay, I'll make that happen. Because definitely after May. Yeah, it'd be after May because we're gonna do we got a few things going on, but I actually called the place this morning for whatever reason. I tried calling the number and they're not open Sundays, so I'm gonna reach out to the lady tomorrow to see if there's any thing open, maybe during around September-ish, maybe October.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it in October because the team that does stuff for the Arsenal, they have literally usually the whole month of October booked.
Okay, so yeah, September I think would be a pretty good date. I like September. It's kind of fall-y and leaves are changing and it's kind of beautiful surrounding area. So I think September would be cool. I got to look at the schedule and everything, but I will let you know, Sean, because I want to get in there. I know Lily wants to get in there and Vanessa because they've done it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they did an overnight, but I think they've done the tours. So it'd be our team and then Sean and, your guys and then Lily and Vanessa. I could see if they want to tag along for an overnight there. I think with it being local and stuff, everybody's right here. It'd be pretty easy.
Just an FYI.
Yeah,
just an FYI.
Go ahead.
An FYI, you have to get a badge to get on. So
yes, so ahead of time, maybe get your little badge thingy.
Yeah, I got it somewhere, but you have to go to a little building and get a badge. You can't use your driver's license anymore. You have to have a badge now. My mother and father is buried on the Arsenal. So
yeah, my grandma's on there.
It's pretty cool. I've been there over 110 times. I've been there.
And Sean, bro, on a Sunday, we need to get a hold of you because we can all go to Savannah and go to that little bar that allegedly there was a murder that took place outside of that bar. And it's some kind of old tavern in Savannah, Illinois. Tiffany.
Listen, homie, there's one down in East Moline, but I can't tell you that.
Uh-oh. An old tavern.
No, it's a bar right now.
Oh, really?
And it's down in East Moline, and it's open.
Yeah, I know one in Peoria. I know one in the Peoria area as well that they actually hung people on the tree outside the bar. Yeah.
Is it still open?
Yep. It's still there.
So, I got a question for Gwen. What's the best place you've ever investigated?
That's a good question.
The best, like not like the best experience place.
Unforgettable.
Yeah, unforgettable.
I'll be real with you. One of my favorite ones was when we went to the USS North Carolina in Wilmington, North Carolina. On the ship, it was cool. But I'll be real with you. Some of my best experiences were like in little cemeteries and just simple stuff. Not in a big building, not a big event. Just simple going out like on a Sunday afternoon and just doing our thing.
Yeah.
But I did love the battleship. That was cool.
That'd be awesome. I would love Battleship.
Yeah, that was cool. They're having a boo bash or something, boo cruise or.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I can't remember, but we went. But we went last year and it was awesome. But yeah, I just honestly I like going out and just doing the cemetery thing or just somewhere most people just wouldn't think to go. Just very simple and easy and just a couple little people just enjoying. That's my favorite now. That's my favorite. But I guess I'm kind of different.
No, that's cool because we have a Moline cemetery and I've been scratched there on the neck at the Moline cemetery that we have. They used to have a black angel up there and they took it out because people
that's right.
People kept going up there and I don't know, they destroyed a bunch of stuff up there and and now it's closed after dark, but they don't really say nothing if you're an adult, they just tell you have to leave. But I've been to some pretty cool cemeteries,
Yeah.
But
one you guys need to check out is over by Chillicothe area. It's called the Salem Cemetery. It's out in BFE. And I tell you what, there's a lot of activity out in that cemetery. We got a lot of cool pictures out of there and a lot of EVPs out of that area. And it's a really old one. It's got the old black rod iron fences and everything.
Okay, the cemeteries is your favorite.
Yeah.
The Salem one? The Salem one's about an hour away from me.
Yeah, Chillicothe, yeah. I want to go to the Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, one of the hardest cemeteries in the United States. Bachelor's Grove.
That's in Chicago, isn't it? That's up by Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go there so
That's
badly.
on my bucket list.
So
that's on my bucket list too.
Yeah. So you like cemeteries.
Sunday.
So right. So what's the best building that you've ever investigated?
Yeah, he's trying to ask me the building. Trying to think.
Got her thinking now, guys. See that?
I'll be real with you. Every time we go somewhere, I enjoy it so much. Let me say it like this. I have not found one thing that we have investigated that's been boring or that I just didn't like. There's a hotel in Abbeville, South Carolina. It's about, not about half an hour from me. And we've been there several times and it's really good. So that might be one of my favorite ones.
Nice.
I just like most of the places I go, I really like. So I can't complain.
So what's yours?
Now, like I said, I haven't been up north for you, like you guys. I hope to get up there. So that'll be interesting to go somewhere different type.
We got some pretty cool places up here, don't we, guys?
Yeah, we've got some weird. I've encountered a lot of bizarre stuff in certain locations, but I've done more residentials than I've done buildings.
Yeah.
And the things that we come across in residentials is.
Yeah, I think you said that. You guys are more residential stuff than buildings, right?
Sean,
Yeah.
was you out there when Alisha was out there where the cross, he had an obsidian cross and it bursted in half because he was supposedly had an attachment? And then Alisha was on her way back and she almost ran over a dog and it was just super negative that night. And I made her cleanse herself outside of the house. I was like,
Actually,
no.
that happened 2 weeks before I joined the team that time. And then
Okay, yeah, this was out somewhere, yeah.
it's in Manlius, Illinois.
Annelius, yes. Did you
Yeah,
hear
you
about that incident though?
No,
Yeah, I think you guys
all about
told us about that.
We've
That
had
was
some
a-
pretty good encounters. We've had some pretty good encounters at Manlius, and also that's the night that I met the guy that teaches our shaman classes, Ed Mueller, because he took an attachment away from that young boy the first time I ever met Ed them that night, and that's the first time I joined the team. And it was me, Tammy, Barb, and the old team lead as well. We were all there, and Ed was there, and we found some pretty interesting stuff as well. We actually found a stuffed horse there that had a lot of energy coming off of it, and we got rid of that horse. And when we did, we ended up burning it. And I think we got cussed by every name in the book when it was coming over the voice box. We were getting cussed at it and was screaming all sorts of little stuff at us the night we got rid of that. So that was interesting. We've also been back to take care of a couple other things that happened there, me and Tammy and the old lead as well. But yeah, Manlius is definitely an interesting spot because the whole town is on limestone and water is underneath of it. And that whole place, you can feel it when you touch the ground. It's definitely a unique place. We got Paranormal Rock down in the house, and we got Lee Brown in the house. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What up?
Lee is the CEO of All Access Network Television. She's here in the house. Oh no, screaming on the ghost box is always, yeah. It was definitely interesting that night. It was definitely interesting that night. But I think the most intense one I've ever been on, is when Parallax Paranormal invited us to go help them with a case, and it was a 12-hour investigation. And not long before they got to experience it, they found a half body in the house.
Yeah, I think you told me about that. You told me about that one. I remember you talking about that one.
That's actually still up and running. But it was 12 hours of investigation that night, and it was all live. We took care of the bad spirits there. We had some kids cross over, and their names came across the obelisk as well. But yeah, that was one of the most intense ones that I've ever encountered. And
that's crazy.
Probably the next one would be with Eternal Paranormal when we were at the Rock Island Roadhouse when I was down in the Portal area. That was pretty intense. We got some pretty good things when we did the Estes method and some good replies out of there. That was pretty intense as well. Yeah, Lee, I sent you that video of that investigation. I don't know if you ever did watch it, but where they found the half body in that house. But that was before we got to investigate there. They found the body. And it actually made news that they found that body there prior to Parallax Paranormal investigating there the first time. And then they called the old team in, and then we went to help them take care of the problem there. But that happened right here where I live. And that was a very intense investigation.
I'm surprised they haven't found more bodies in houses where you live.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll make some comments later, but I think there's some bodies on property in several places in this town if people really want to know about it.
Right.
Bodies hit the boat, the bodies.
Well, you also got to remember one thing. Capone used to come down here and party in this area too. So
Right.
there's a lot of activity going on with him as well. And but yeah, those two were probably the most intense ones that I really liked the best.
Well, we got a couple houses up here from the mob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capone ran through here.
No.
We talked about that on our show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Gwen does.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
We have a
Derek.
delay or something. Yeah,
it is. That's okay. I was gonna say, like, me and Tom, when we were asking questions on the third floor of Rock Island Roadhouse, we've got called Mother Effers and clear as day on the, you can watch the video again, but and then we've been growled at through the ghost box too.
The growl's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and the reason I say the growl is because there was a gentleman there, Rex Nelson, and he's big. He is a big guy. And
I know Rick.
You know Rex? So he got thrown down. He got thrown down on in that hallway. And when it growled at me and him, I'm like, nope. I don't want no part of that. Oh.
What did you guys do to make the growl?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
We were
I
saying.
think I might have been asking questions. I asked it about, working girls, because it used to be a brothel and prostitution, and if I said I was speaking directly to any like prostitutes, if there was any bad spirits that were there, or men when they were alive, if they treated them badly and stuff. And so I was kind of directly speaking to women, and I don't think that some of the men liked the women there, especially in the trunk. The trunk room we had. We were with We Are Paranormal, and one of the group members got groped in the trunk room, like got grabbed upon, and and also like we were doing an experiment with them in the portal room, and we were channeling different spirits through different states down there. We were kind of like doing an experiment to where if we could see if we could channel different spirits through the portal, because of the mirrors and stuff. And they went to Velisca, and sure enough, it said Lizzie or Eliza, or maybe it was a Borden. Is it Borden for the axe murder? Anyway, it did it. Clear as day said Eliza through their ghost box. And we were trying to channel different family members down there and stuff too, to see if we can talk to them. And I think that I channeled my grandmother in that in that segment there, just because of some of the words that were coming out through the ghost box. But it was really cool. It was another experiment that we did, But I don't know, man. Like, I think could have been some of the questions that I was asking it didn't like, and it was like,
It growled pretty good at us, and I'm like, that I think it's time to quit. Making it mad.
What made the first time I ever got super scared though, I was by myself at Cheney Mansion, which is down in southern Illinois. It's in Jerseyville, Illinois, actually. Jerseyville, Illinois, I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, but I was at Cheney Mansion. I was upstairs in PD's room, and I was asking some questions, and I had my phone there, and everything died. My flashlight, my phone just stopped working. And so I went, and I set it back up to where it was looking at me, and I started recording. And I said, was that you that, turned off my phone? I said, that wasn't very nice of you. And it says, clean as day, you. to me, and I'm holding the spirit box, and this little sweeping noise, and you just hear like a F you, but it says the whole word. It said you. I'm like, okay, I'm done, because I think I was trying to get a response. So I think that I was trying to egg it on just a little bit to try to push, a spirit to talk to me. And it sent that, and it freaked me out, and I dipped because I was the only one on the floor. And they have a nerve station downstairs with all the cameras throughout the whole building. They could see it on the television. And frame by frame, you could see me just down the stairs, hauling ass. And I said, I'm out of here. And they could see me, and they're laughing at me, dude, the whole time. It was funny.
I would have laughed at you, too. I would have laughed at you, too. I'm sorry, Derek.
I said, I'm done. And it's on my video. I made another video. I'm like, I'm done. I'm getting out of here. I'm like, nope. I had full body chills. I'm talking head to toe. That was the first time I have ever had a clear EVP that said, fuck you. Like, oh, man. I'm like, okay, I am dying. Oh, man. And then Sean, you like to scare me. Everybody likes to scare me. He likes to scare me. No. Sean likes to scare me. We were at Broadhead, and you come up behind me, and I'm trying to film because we were out having lunch.
Well, that's because.
I got it.
You scared the shit out of me.
I got you so good. I got you so good. You cut it out of the film part. You cut me out of the film. That's how bad it was.
How many ghost hunters do you know that are afraid of the dark?
No, I'm not afraid of the dark.
Well, what's in the dark? How many ghost hunters do you know that's afraid of what's in the dark? You're supposed to not be afraid of what's in the dark. You're supposed to go toward it. You're supposed to go toward it, not away from it.
Listen, I don't like spiders. I don't like bats, and sometimes I don't like being in the dark where I'm not familiar with. I could be in the dark in my own house
until somebody grabs you.
You wait till you wait till we team up again, Derek. You wait until we team up again, Derek. I'm going to make sure I hide in the most darkest spot there is, and I'm going to come out of nowhere.
I just can't be in the tight spot. I got claustrophobia.
Well,
Tom thinks he's going to get my fat ass down in that little sub floor thing down the Broadhead.
I'm going to try and get him down this hole because this hole is pretty dark. And you can't really stand up because there's nails coming through the floor. So you got to be really careful. So I'll get him to where he can't get up, and he has to stay down in the dark with me.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, man.
Hey, I got a challenge for both of you. If you do it when I'm there, I'm bringing handcuffs, and I'm going to handcuff you to Tom, and you got to go down there together.
Not even fair.
Wait a minute.
He's got handcuffs. They better not be furry. He's got the furry handcuffs. I'm logging off, and I'm going to bed. Okay, good.
Oh,
there you go.
Those are the real ones.
Hey, I'm putting a black light onto that. I'm putting a black light on those handcuffs before I use them.
They're real.
Kinky mother.
Yeah, they're real.
They're real.
They're real.
I don't want to be handcuffed to you for life.
The problem is Derek can chew my arm off to get out of the hole.
Dude, I'm gonna kick both your asses. Don't ever bring those handcuffs to the rest. I'm not handcuffing myself to anything.
You know who's bringing them next time.
I'm bringing him next time.
I'm gonna end up handcuffed somewhere.
I'm gonna wait till he falls asleep, and then
you gotta film it.
I will. I'll have Alisha film it.
He's gonna have me asleep and be handcuffed. So wake up handcuffed somewhere.
Oh, no.
You got a master key set there or what?
Dark area.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just for you, Derek. You can't break
That's
through.
okay. I'll bring a pair of lock channels with me. I'll cut them babies off.
How you gonna cut them off if I got you handcuffed?
Yeah,
I'll have a
you
pair.
got your
Put
two
a
hands.
key on the necklace.
What's that?
Put a key on the necklace. Get you the handcuffs.
Right?
Oh yeah,
And there's only 2 keys to them. So,
you got the keys.
yep. I got both keys.
There you go.
That would be a bad idea for a
Hank.
challenge.
Right?
There you go.
We'll go down in the hole handcuffed.
I'm not going down in the whole handcuff.
Why? Well, not.
Because
Till
I
we
gotta
get
get my
down.
ass up out of there in a hurry.
You can
I don't
know.
got time to freaking undo no chain. No, I gotta
No.
go.
No,
You never
that's
know. There might be a raccoon or something out there waiting for you. Shit.
that's the point of you being down in the hole. You can't get out. I'm gonna have Alisha or somebody throw a big what do they call them? Not
T-bone?
long daddies, but one of the great big hairy spiders. What are they called? The tarantula.
Your granddaddy long legs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have her throw a tarantula down on his head when we're in the hole.
Yeah, she ain't gonna touch no tarantula.
Oh no.
That ain't happening.
Oh,
Well,
no.
somebody will.
Tom,
What's
I know
that?
people's got boas. I got people
Yeah.
who got boas.
No,
Mm-mm.
I'd be okay with that.
no. I do not do snakes. There's no
No.
snakes. No. No.
All right,
Oh.
guys. We went beyond the hour tonight. We've had a great time. Is there
Yeah, it's
anything
been
you guys would like to bring up before we go off the air and what's coming up?
Yeah, so
For you guys.
yep. So next month, we are going to be collaborating with a group.
Hang on, let me get the paper.
He's like, hold on, let me get the paperwork. It's doggone it. I don't know why.
April 11th, we have
Yeah.
Edinburgh Manor with paranormal exposure.
Oh, that
and-
would be good.
And
I cannot believe Dimensional Encounters. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Dimensional Encounters with Jesse and Rob. They're phenomenal people. They're really cool. We always run into them guys at like the Paracons and stuff, but they invited us out there. And God forgive me for forgetting. It's just, one of those things, I guess. But yeah, Dimensional Encounters, April, like Tom said. And then I think
May 3rd, we got the haunted 1861 Freeport Masonic Lodge.
The flyer.
Yeah.
What's that?
that's going to be a public
Listen, right?
investigation.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
And so
that
that
one-
one sold out.
yeah,
May
that was
3rd's a
sold out.
busy day.
Yeah.
May 3rd is a busy day.
And then we
I
had
will
one
be-
for
I will be in South Carolina May 3rd. I am going to an Indian powwow May 3rd.
Nice. That
Are
would
you
be
going to meet up
awesome.
with Gwen then?
Yeah, that's my
Yep,
tribe's
I'm gonna meet-
yeah, it's my tribe's powwow.
Nice. That
That'd be
would be
awesome.
cool. That'd be
That,
cool.
fuck yeah. That would
Are
be
you-
cool.
Are you guys gonna go live on it?
You know what? I haven't thought about
I
it.
don't know.
But we can ask the chief. We can ask the chief, is it allowed? I don't know if they will.
Oh yeah,
They might.
probably not.
Well,
But
they might.
then we
They might
gotta-
do a little bit.
Right. I was
Yeah,
going to say, and then, yeah. And then we have, what do
May
we have
20
after that? We have,
May 25th we have Pine Lawn Manor with Jenny
Pine Lawn, yeah.
with Jenny
And
Davis.
Pine Lawn.
Yep. And that's with Jenny Davis and others.
Yep, there's going to be a
So-
lot of group out there, yeah.
And then July 18th and 19th we have the Paranormal Rock Down.
That's going to be the big one.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna
That's
be
the big one. That's the one you need to come up on, Gwen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get her down here.
I told you if you fly up here, one of us.
The weekend before.
I told you if you fly up here, one of us will pick you up.
Yeah.
I may take you up on it. I promise. I'm trying to get there.
And then we are going to open for Broadhead Manor. We're going to do a public investigation with them where we have to get a new date set up. Unfortunately, the mother of the owner of the building's mother recently passed away, and our condolences go out to him and their family on that. We had it have it postponed, but we're definitely going to set up something once he gets everything squared away and stuff like that with his mom. But yeah, I mean, much love to them guys, you know.
So sorry.
But yeah, it got postponed. But and then, you know, in between that, we're gonna try to get either to the Roadhouse or to Quarters One because we can collaborate with Sean and do something in. You know, so we have like a little bit of a schedule. I think we might have also what else is on that sheet, Tom?
The only thing we have after that is October 18th, the Benton County Paranormal Expo.
Yep, the Benton County Paranormal Expo, which Benton County is in Iowa, and we went last year and we got to investigate the house and then went over to the school, and I got sick at the school. And I had to leave, and then I started feeling better again. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty interesting.
So we're supposed to be doing like a little adventure with a couple people, but we haven't got to sit down and get together yet because everybody's been super busy. So
like a little weekend, kind of like a paranormal field trip thing.
Like 3 or 4 places.
Cool.
So yeah, I mean, we just do shit as we go, you know, in between those set dates of stuff. If something pops up, we will try to schedule something in or, you know, pencil it in, like, you know, collaboration with Sean, you know, we're going to make that happen this year. And so it's just all about, you know, setting things up, communicating with one another, when can we do it, and reaching out to the places. And I think even if we go to Muscatine and have Sean with us.
Yep, that'll be a boys' date.
Yeah, that'd be cool. No, I'm talking about an overnight.
That'll be a boys' date overnight.
Yeah, if y'all camp out, us girls can come and scare the crap out of you, right?
No.
Right.
You might scare Derek. I don't scare too easy unless you touch me in the dark.
Oh Lord.
I'll touch you in the dark.
No. Derek.
All right.
Well,
guys.
Everybody to get in touch with you.
What's that?
Well, I was telling Derek, why don't he tell everybody how to get in touch with you guys?
Oh yeah. If you want to go over to Eternal Paranormal with one word, and you can see that our background is it's going to be the Paranormal Rockdown background because we're supporting that. But yeah, it's Eternal Paranormal with one whole word because our old account got hacked. But yeah, if you go there, you can see all of our videos, all of our content, all of our upcoming events. We post stuff throughout the holidays. We support other people, their pages, whatever like our friends are doing. We kind of just give them a shout out on our page too, and kind of promote their stuff as well. So. Yeah.
But,
yeah, you think you're funny.
So guys, I'm gonna set you backstage here, and thank you for coming on the show tonight, guys. And I'm definitely looking forward to the summer.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
And teaming up with you guys again for sure, because it's always a great experience when we all get together, and we have good investigations as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing that this year as well. I might even have a few that I might holler at you guys just to tag along with us, because we've got a couple places up in the Rock Island area that we're going to be doing.
Hell yeah.
we'll definitely, it'll be a weekend. Well, not a weekend. It'll be a Saturday deal when the weather gets nice. Because I am not going out there in the mud and the rain and the snow that we got unexpected this morning.
You got to promise that you got to make Derek wear his shirt. He cannot take his shirt off in the summer.
No, I'll be having my shirt off.
All right.
No.
But anyway.
All right. Like I said, I do. Like I said, thanks for coming on tonight. Yep. You broke up, Derek.
Oh, I was going to say it was also a pleasure to meet your co-host, Gwen, as well.
Yeah, very, very awesome to meet you, Gwen.
Yeah, she's an awesome person. She is like I said, she is the producer of All Access Network Television, and she's got at least 6 or 7 shows she does, 3 on Monday and a few on another day as well. And she's definitely got her hands full with that. And then she comes and co-hosts with me on occasion. And we also got something in the works for me and her as well. That'll be coming up hopefully by a month. So
it was very cool meeting you, Gwen.
I kind of put an Easter egg up on our page here a few days ago of what's coming, and see if anybody noticed what it was. But yeah, we definitely got something cooking in the books for me and Gwen coming up before the end of the month, and we could get it launched and ready to go. But yeah, like I said, thanks for coming, guys. I'm going to set you backstage, and I'm going to close out the show. And like I said, it's always great seeing and talking with you guys, and nice seeing you again, Tom, because the last time I seen you, it's been a while, but hopefully it'll be sooner than later next time. And
like I said, we got a boy. We need to do a boys trip. So
Sunday fun day, Sean. Sunday fun day.
I'm game. Just let me know, guys. I'm game. All right, I'm going to set you guys backstage, and we'll talk to you here in a little bit.
Peace out.
So, what do you think, Gwen?
I think they're cool. My internet is freezing up or something, or yours. I don't know whose it is. So I missed a little bit of that, but yeah,
glitching a little bit. So I am going to do something here real quick. I am going to run 2 commercials for us, and the first one, I think you know because you did it. This is for All Access Network Television. That was an awesome commercial. You always do an amazing job there, Gwen. And also, we are doing the advertisement for the Paranormal Rockdown, and here we go.
Brace yourself for the Paranormal Rockdown, July 18th and 19th, 2025 at the Haunted Broadhead Manor. Friday night rock out with Dead Amsterdam, Left on Red, and headliner Green Jelly. The music may not be the only thing shaking these walls. Rumor has it the spirits love a good beat. Will you meet one? Saturday, meet paranormal legends like Dave Schrader, Sam Baltrusis, and more. Enjoy thrilling workshops, tasty treats, and a live Zoom Q&A with Dustin Perry. Dive into the ultimate paranormal investigation with expert guides. Or join a spine-tingling seance with Sam Baltrusis. Tickets are limited. Get yours now for an unforgettable weekend of music, mystery, and chills.
That is going to be one awesome weekend, guys. You definitely want to go check it out. Gwen, is there anything you'd like to say before I make the last statement of the show tonight? Where they can find you and etc.?
Yeah, great show. You can find me on, of course, my Facebook page, Gwen Johns, All Access Network. Sean's everything, because he collaborates with us. And Monday and Wednesday nights are our big nights, but we have something coming soon, new. Both of us do. And
yeah,
it was a great show. Have a good night, you guys.
That's definitely going to be an interesting one. We get that one together as well.
Yep.
Last but not least, next week, we have one of our colleagues from All Access Network Television that will be on my show next week. We will have Chad Zimwalt be on the show. I'm looking forward to talking with him. And we will catch you all next week at the same time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. And have a great weekend, everybody. We're out of here.